So no, you will never ever see someone wearing these on the train. No one going for a run with these. They're not meant for that.
Can't help but take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
You could argue I own too many headphones, but these aren't even all of them. Those are just the ones I could find today here in the studio. I got, for example, these. These are downstairs in the B studio for DJing. Then my personal DJ headphones. Very light, very comfortable, but the sound is like heavily skewed. There's way too much low end, which is good for DJing. Then we got these, very old. I don't even have the cable anymore. These were my first DJ headphones. They're not comfortable, the quality isn't good, but they had that bling factor, which I was totally into with like 14, 15, 16. And these right here I use for sometimes checking mixes, open headphones, quite alright, very linear. And then there are the new headphones that I just recently got. These headphones right here are 1,400-ish euros by a German company called Headphones. And yeah, what can I say? They're not the prettiest. They're not the most comfortable. They're not the most lightweight ones. But this right here is what a headphone looks like when you focus on just one thing, and that is having the best sound possible. All of the other ones are compromises. They're always compromises. You always have to take a compromise when it comes to audio gear in general. You can have something more lightweight, more comfortable, but the sound will suffer. Then you get something that sounds better, but isn't as comfortable anymore. And this right here, if a company takes as little compromise as possible to sound, I think this right here is exactly what you get. And there's something really special about them that you can see in here. Those headphones are the world first ones to actually use that kind of way to create sound. You know, traditionally you have like a membrane speakers. You also got membranes that just move. They get like a pulse, electronic, told to move in a certain way to move air, and this way generate sound. These right here use another technique. In here is actually a golden foil that is folded a lot of times. Let me try and demonstrate that really quick. So it's folded and folded. Of course, way more precise than me doing it right now. And instead of like a membrane pushing sound forward, this is actually like opening, closing, and this way pushing sound forward. Those are already used in speakers, in big studio speakers, very accurate, go very high in frequencies, are very detailed and very fast in responding. And this right here is the first headphone actually using this kind of technique. This has never been done before. It's really hard to tell you what these sound like, because I want to be honest, sound is to some certain extent subjective. Every ear is different, every brain hears things slightly different. So the big question is why you pay so much for these. I mean, this is definitely something that we always see in tech. The better something gets, the more you have to pay for it exponentially. So if you want something that sounds 5% better, you will probably have to pay 4 times as much. These right here are like on top of what is possible. This is a new product, a new technique, all developed. So if you're asking yourself why these cost 1,400 euros, it's developing these. Probably the company will sell less units of these because they're more in a higher price range. All of this is built differently, customized, especially like this band right here has to support the weight of it because these are actually quite heavy. Everything is very thick, very stable, and all geared towards giving you as a customer the best possible sound. Also, the cables are mini XLRs. Everything, of course, shielded, and a big jack to go into your usually with these headphones a preamplifier, a headphone preamplifier. Describing the sound, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but I think you have to experience it for yourself to actually know, because it's really hard to describe. There's no way to translate what I hear with these headphones in these videos. But those are right now my absolute main headphones here in the studio. Whenever I finish a new song, or actually every single time I bounce a song, I print it, goes through the analog gear, I'm wearing these. So I'm listening to the song at the same time it's printed. And if I hear a mistake, a click, or something that shouldn't be in there, I can stop it, fix it, and then do it again. Because they're, again, very precise. You hear everything. If they're worth that much money, it's really up to you to decide for yourself. Test them out if you're interested in high fidelity, expensive, precisely built, one-of-a-kind headphones. I think most people buying these are either professional studios, again, to double check a mix, to hear clear and very precise things that are buried in the mix, or for people that are audiophile at home and they want to have like the best headphone listening experience probably possible. So no, you will never ever see someone wearing these on the train, no one going for a run with these. They're not meant for that. These are purely made with one goal in mind, and that is sound quality, which I really like. I love that. I love having something that like tries to make one thing the best possible without the least amount of compromises. And yes, then it might look a little bigger, and they're heavy, like they're probably heavier. Yes, they are heavier than all of the other ones combined. I mean, you can still listen to these for hours if you're sitting down. It's like not pushing down on you, because actually the band, they build it in a way that kind of works, but they're still heavy. I'm personally very happy with them. Again, I'm just using them here in the studio to double check things. I've already tried and mixed a couple of songs on these, and yes, it works better than on any other kind of headphone that I've used previously. I mean, half of them aren't even made for mixing, but I still prefer, of course, just being in an acoustically treated room, studio, and just listen to music through your speakers, because still these don't do the crossfeed for you. One thing that is a little weird and you have to get used to while putting them on, you can hear that foil in there that generates the sound. Yeah, if you slightly press on the sides while putting them on, you can hear it. It's like someone squishing aluminum foil. Can you hear that? That's a little weird, but again, it's a very unique design, and I like companies that try and push forward things, because so far no one has even tried building something like that, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next years, because again, this is like the first kind of a unit, and this will probably, like, maybe they will be able to make it slimmer or lighter, or maybe even sound better, maybe combine it with something else. I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but fascinating. If it's worth it, 1,400, that's something everyone has to decide themselves. Just go try them out. And yeah, I think if you're an audiophile person or a producer, musician, once you tested them, you don't really want to give them back. But again, the price hurts a little, but that's usually in life with these kind of things. And I would feel a lot better paying this much for these headphones than spending 150, 200 on these Beats headphones that just don't really sound that good. Anyways, that's it with headphones. It's time again for some music making. Still working on that Save the Day song. I got two versions, can't really decide, so I will actually continue working on both, and at the end maybe drop on one of them the vocals and make another song out of it, or maybe release both, or maybe eventually one of them isn't as good as the other and just drop it. I don't know, but I'll just enjoy making music.
Right now, think I'm gonna dive tonight, right into the
And all done printing another song, another version of Save the Day. I managed to combine both that I showed you yesterday into one, so I'm quite happy with it, and we'll check it tomorrow again with fresh ears just to double check, but I think I'm this close to actually finishing that song that I was struggling with for so long. I'm happy if I make it back home safe. There's lightning, there's a lot of wind. I already got something in my eye. So I think I'll cut it here. See you tomorrow again here in the studio for another vlog.